talking with him specifically about my life and what I want to do with my life and how I can make changes to make my life a bit easier has been great, because it's a focus purely on me and everything I'm going through and how to maybe adapt slightly, whereas you don't get that from general chat with your friends or even my husband.
We clicked right away. Me and my mentor just seemed to be on the same wavelength. She understood fully what I was going through, because her husband suffers from ME and has done for the last 10 years. I think he's quite a bit worse than I am. And the one thing I was looking for was just somebody to believe me and to be kind to me and take me for what I am, and a bit of an emotional support, because I was struggling so much emotionally with it. And prior to that, it'd always been physical I was struggling with, but it caught up with me, and I just felt I just couldn't go on with pushing myself constantly.
The main part is it's a lifeline to me, because I don't necessarily know anybody else that has ME and has young children. Obviously social media is different, but face to face, in person, and to know that Kelly has gone through things that I'm going through and things that I may say to him when we meet up, and he'll like, yeah, he has encountered that. And knowing that the ways he may have dealt with those situations are similar to the way I would deal with them, or even just to get ideas on how to deal with them. And one of the things we wanted to work on was streamlining some of my everyday activities with the business and the children, in order that I could have some time for me, to do something just for me. And I think we've done that pretty well, to be honest.
Well, when you're unwell for a long time, you feel, well, I felt like, especially when I wasn't working, that I didn't really have much of a purpose, or that I wasn't useful. So doing something like this is really good for that, because you have like a particular set of knowledge and experience about things that will be really useful to someone else with illness. So although it can feel like you haven't made much progress, or there's still so much to learn, when you sit down and think about how much you know compared to when you first started out, it's actually quite a lot. And I guess that's quite useful for someone that's just been diagnosed or doesn't know much about the illness or whatever. So
and we are getting there, definitely. But I feel if I hadn't come across the mentoring programme, I think my emotional state would be far, far worse than it is at the minute. It really has been a godsend. It's been such a blessing.
That's fantastic.
I think it's made me accept that the ME is part of my life, and I've just got to accept it's there. I've tried everything to get better, and I have improved a fair amount with a lot of things that I've done, but before I kind of hid it because I felt embarrassed that I had this condition, and now I've been much more open about it to people.
Is perhaps a greater self-awareness of my situation working with somebody else. And I would say that in our relationship that I have actually achieved that.